Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful day of soccer, girls soccer. We have Kennedy versus Metuchen. We have a gorgeous day for the game. Gorgeous new field. And we'll start it off with Kennedy making the first attack on, or semi-attack on goal. Metuchen quickly turning it away. A couple of rule changes this year, not too many. One that does affect the game is on a direct kick, players are allowed to stutter kick. That is, that kind of set the defense a little bit off. In the past, you could not stutter kick to return the ball over. The other big one is that the clock is being kept on the scoreboard, not on the field. Obviously, the referee can stop the clock. And here comes Kennedy. A nice run down the right wing. Nice attempt at a give and go, and Metuchen takes possession. There's absolutely no wind here today. It's a nice calm day. The only that would affect the goalkeepers right now is the sun. Shot on goal and a score. So with 2 minutes into the game, Metuchen scores its first goal. And Kennedy will start it off. Pass back. Kennedy going to open the field up. Usually that's what happens if you're passing back, and you want to open the field and get some of the clutter out of your way as you drive towards goal. But quickly, Metuchen takes over. Coming down the right wing. Turned away by Kennedy. And back down the right wing. And we'll have a Metuchen throw in. I'm sorry, Kennedy throw in. That's on the far end of the field. My eyesight isn't that good, so we'll give that one to the referee. Our two referees today are Rich Vippo and Bill Hill. And here's a shot back to the goalkeeper. And we'll start off. This will be our first goal kick. Nice goal kick down about the 40-yard line. As you look out on the field, the white lines are for football. The yellow lines are for soccer. So you see the ball go across the white line and they're still playing. You can understand why. So all the yellow lines have to do with soccer. All the white lines have to do with football. And here comes Kennedy down the right side. Metuchen quickly taking the ball away. The field is wide open for Metuchen, which is the ideal setup you want. Coming down the right wing. And Kennedy doing a good job trying to keep the ball out and away from the center. Nice defense, cleared. Back in by Metuchen. Shot on goal. As Kennedy tries to clear it down the wing. And does so. Nice clear by Kennedy. They come down the left wing. It'll be Metuchen's throw-in. Metuchen is in the blue jerseys and Kennedy is in the white jerseys with the green shorts. And those two iridescent shirts you see out there are the referees. You can't miss him. It'll be Kennedy throw-in. Metuchen passing it over down to the right side of the field. And Kennedy trying to turn it away. Oops. And back to Metuchen. And Kennedy now coming down the right wing. Got a 4v1 situation there. Got 4 Metuchen defenders. And Kennedy working the right wing again. Trying to work around, out towards the middle. You don't want to come down the middle. You want to come down one of the sides. And just as I say that, Metuchen comes down the center of the field. And turned away by Kennedy. And it'll be Kennedy throwing. It looks like we have a quick substitution. Sadie Sosa taking a well-deserved break, and A.M. Akbat coming in. And here's Metuchen down the right wing, and we'll have a goal kick. This will be Kennedy's first goal kick. Nice goal kick. And Metuchen takes just about halfway down the right wing. Shot on goal from the outside and deflected by the goalie, still in. And Metuchen recovers. And looks like a corner kick. Corner kicks are fairly dangerous. There's 3 different major ways to attack it. And let's see which way that Metuchen takes. And they short kick it. That's an unusual one. And we'll have a Metuchen throw-in. Most often used is to, on a corner kick, is to fire the ball across the mouth of the goal. And hopefully one of your players will tap it in. Shot on goal just wide, and it'll be a goal kick. This has been a rough season so far for Kennedy. But the team's trying to keep the spirit up and playing against a powerhouse like Metuchen, doing well. And Metuchen in control, bringing the ball down the right-hand side, around the right wing. Again, down the right side. And Kennedy bringing it down. And Metuchen setting up with the three-man defense. With it looks like it appears a 3-man defense with a sweeper. Sweeper's the goalie's best friend. Nice pass down to the right-hand side and interrupted by Kennedy. Kennedy takes possession. And we got a push, so it'll be Kennedy's direct kick. Both teams are playing an extremely defensive game. Almost a through ball there for Kennedy. And ball down the left wing, and it looks like it'll be a Metuchen throw-in. Currently, Metuchen is undefeated. And I'm sure the Kennedy Mustangs would like to change that right now. Coming down the right wing. Brought down towards the middle. And turned away by Kennedy. And back, and Metuchen again, going to retry, reset, right down the center. So much for my and shot on goal, and just hits the post and cleared by Kennedy. And we'll have a corner kick. It gives Kennedy a chance to reset on the goal line. Normally in a play like that, you want to try to kick it towards the sideline, but if you have no choice, you'll go across the goal line. And let's see how Metuchen again with this short kick. Interesting. And we'll have a Kennedy throw-in. And Kennedy will do it again. Again, probably the least important part of the game is the throw-in. It's just you just want to get the ball back into play. You have the advantage that you're going to throw it to your player, but and Metuchen takes over. And apparently that short kick works for Kennedy's throw-in. Works for Metuchen throw-in. The short kick works for Metuchen. Back pass down the middle again. And now they go over to the right wing. It's coming back towards the middle. And we'll have a Metuchen throw-in. Metuchen bulldozes through that one, and a Kennedy clear. And it'll be Metuchen throwing just about halfway down the field. A nice takeaway by Elizabeth Klemick. And it's nice to hear the conversation out on the field, the players talking to each other. One player telling another one, you're offsides. Communication is key out on that field. And here comes Metuchen again down the center. And shot on goal, and it'll go just wide. It'll be a goal kick for Kennedy. Clock is running. Kick cross field. And Metuchen will pick it up about halfway down. Coming down the left wing. And back towards the center again. And Kennedy working the right wing. Picked up by Metuchen. And we'll have Metuchen throwing. Metuchen on the right wing. And Metuchen throwing. Okay, this time now Metuchen back to the midfield. Now coming over to the left wing. Back midfield. And over to the right wing. And Kennedy clear. And Kennedy coming down the left wing. And Metuchen picks it up. And back towards the center. And over to the left wing, back to the middle. Shot on goal. Cleared by Kennedy. Back in the middle again for Metuchen. And again in the middle. And shot on goal deflected by Kennedy. And it looks like it will be a goal kick. I think that ball rolled all the way down to Woodbridge High School. There we go. And Metuchen picks it up on the right wing, back to the middle again. Interesting approach that Metuchen has, coming down the middle of the field all the time instead of the wings. Obviously, it's worked for him this year. Shot on goal from about 24 yards out, and it'll be a Kennedy goal kick. And the reason you have a player, a field player, taking the kick and not the goalie is obviously to protect the goal. You don't want a comebacker. And Kennedy clears it. Metuchen picks it up on the right wing. And stays on the right wing this time. And it'll be a goal kick, a corner kick. And let's see if they do a, yeah, it looks like they're going to do the short kick again. Interesting. And it'll be a goal kick. Oh, no, Kennedy must have touched it last. It's a corner kick. Nope, I'll take my first guess. Goal kick. A touching player faked me out there. Now you'll find that a lot on throw-ins. One of the players will just quickly pick up the ball, hoping that the referee doesn't correct them. And here comes Kennedy. A slight miss kick, and they'll go over to the side again. Nice kick down the right wing. Catherine Klimek there. Catherine putting pressure on. And back to her sister, Elizabeth. And back to the right wing again. Cross towards the middle. That looked like an opportunity for Kennedy. Slight deflection of the ball, just changed the whole perspective on that. And here comes Metuchen down the right wing. Let's see if they go to the middle again. Looks like that's what they're trying. And the right wing. And Kennedy forcing it off to the side. Back towards the center. And we'll have a corner kick for Metuchen. And I'm going to guess it's going to be a short kick. And yep, that's what it looks like. They're setting up for a short kick. We're about halfway through the first half. 20 minutes of play with Metuchen Bulldogs 1 and Kennedy Mustangs 0. And we'll do it over again. Quarter kick again from Metuchen. And cleared by Kennedy. And Metuchen bringing it down the, Kennedy bringing it down the right wing, taken over by Metuchen. Quickly turned around and no call on that. And Kennedy with the ball. And they go towards the center. And Metuchen quickly takes over. And nice pass down to the right wing. Beautiful pass. And again, as mentioned in the past, the player needs to know what they're going to do with the ball before they get it. They can't make their mind up when they receive the ball. And we'll have a tap back to the goalie. Short kick out. And Metuchen picks it up and comes down to center. Pass off to the left wing and shot on goal. Save by the goalie. And Metuchen's going to open the field up by back passing. Across the field to the right wing. Back to the middle. And Metuchen coming down the middle, takes a shot on goal, and not sure if the goalie touched it. And the goalie touched it, so it'll be a corner kick. And let's see if it's a short kick. No. It's not going to be a short kick this time. Well, let's see how Metuchen plays if they're going to go across the mouth of the goal, which he went towards the center. Tried to clear by Kennedy. Another shot on goal, and it's good. And that'll be Metuchen's second goal. And it's very nice having the clock being the actual clock on the game. It gives us a better perspective of what's going on in the field. And what'll happen is if the referee is going to, one stoppage of the clock, he'll cross his wrists up in the air as if to indicate where his watch is, and that's to stop the clock. In the past, it was add time. The referee would make that indication. The clock could still roll, but the fans would see a different time than the referee had. So this makes life so much easier. And Kennedy making a nice approach for an attack, and it'll be Kennedy throwing. And a pop down towards the center of the field. And Kennedy putting a little pressure on here. No back pass. Going to reset. Back towards the middle. And Metuchen picks it up on their right side of the field. And coming down the middle. And good interception by Kennedy. And coming down the right side of the field, and the referee saw the handball. Usually they won't call an unintentional handball, but and Kennedy turns it away. Maintaining the attack, coming down the right side. And no call. Down towards the center by Kennedy. And force the ball up. And Metuchen recovering. And a clear by Metuchen. Back towards the center. And Metuchen keep it in the middle. And cleared by Kennedy. And here comes Kennedy down the right wing. Elizabeth Clemick keeping possession of it. Takes a shot on goal and saved by the goalie. And anybody's ball coming down the side and picked up by Metuchen. Metuchen coming down the left wing. And towards the middle. Over to the right side. And Kennedy clearing it. Nice defense. That was beautiful work by Emily Alexander. And Kennedy trying to force it down the field, Metuchen with that four-man defense, turning it away quickly. Coming down the right wing, Kennedy's got good control of it, turns it away. Metuchen right back on the attack, down the middle. And Kennedy, nice run down the right-hand side. Turned away by Metuchen. And no call. And there you can plainly see that Elizabeth Clemick knew exactly where she was going with that ball before she received it. And going down the right-hand side, Kennedy's still in possession. And turned away by Metuchen. Okay, down the right-hand side. It'll be, I think it's a Kennedy throw-in. Nope, it's Metuchen throw-in, and we'll have a Metuchen substitution. Nice one there. We won't say anything, Sadie. And Metuchen coming down the right-hand side. And brings it towards the middle, and we will have a corner kick. And no short kick this time either. And that ball must have made it down to Colonial High School. Towards the mouth of the goal, shot at goal. Nice save. I'm not sure if you can hear that in the background, but that's the sounds of summer here in fall. Ice cream truck. And Kennedy throwing. Destiny Pig with a nice lofting shot brings the ball down to center, back into center. Touch and bring it over to the side. And it'll be Kennedy throwing. And that was unintentional header there, but it looked good. Looked like it was heading right towards goal. And the game is, again, is 2-0 favor of Metuchen. About 8 minutes left in the first half. And Metuchen setting it up on the right-hand side. Shot on goal and save. Cross kick. And off to the races, and Metuchen recovers. Coming down the right side, well, more towards the center. Shot on goal and tapped out. It'll be a corner kick. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a regular corner kick this time. As Metuchen sets it up. Again, folks, being brought to you by Woodbridge TV. Whatever is happening in Woodbridge, it's right here. And Kennedy clears it again, and it'll be a Kennedy throw-in. Give the Kennedy goalkeeper a lot of credit for hanging in there. Jalen Cabrera. And shot on goal, and another save. He's logging the saves up today. And right back again. And towards the center. Touch and keep it in the center of the field. And Kennedy trying to clear. It'll be a Metuchen throw-in. With the throw-in, no matter what's happening in Woodbridge, whether it's a parade, a concert, a sporting event, a council meeting for information, and just the goings-on, just tune into TV 35, and it's right there. It comes to you right in your living room, and sit back and enjoy it and get informed. It's a good way to stay involved in your community. And here comes Kennedy down the right wing. It'll be a Kennedy throw-in. Kennedy's going to keep it on the right side. And Kennedy trying to maintain possession, and we have a push. And it'll be Kennedy's ball, direct kick. Okay, over to the rare left wing for Kennedy. And it'll be a Metuchen throw-in. And Metuchen will do it again. And third time's a charm. And brought down towards the center. And Metuchen goalie will come out with a save. Kick towards the middle of the field. Kennedy brings it back down, and Metuchen gains possession. Comes down the right-hand side. And it'll be a Metuchen throw-in. And here comes Metuchen down the right wing, cross towards the middle. And I'm not sure if there was any conversation going on there. Normally there, the keeper will call for the ball and ask for protection, but either way it ended up with a Metuchen throw-in. And that was definitely unintentional. And Kennedy's going to clear it. A little back and forth. And Kennedy's starting to march down the field. Back pass by Kennedy, and Metuchen quickly takes over and comes down the middle. This is a dangerous play right here, and hits the post. That's dangerous. You have one person and the goalie, and she had a huge net to pick from, and picked the near side and hit the post. And we'll have a goal kick after the substitution. And Kennedy bringing the ball down the right side, keeping it in. A back pass by Metuchen. Metuchen keeping it in, and we'll have a Kennedy throw-in. About halfway down the field. That is very rarely called a bad throw-in. She went to her side instead of directly over the top of her head, and normally it's just, as I had said, the throw-in is the least important part of the game, but and coming down the right-hand side, again, Elizabeth Klimek. Nori with the throw-in. Back pass. A beautiful kick by Katerina. And over to the side for Destiny. And this, I think, will be Kennedy's first corner kick. Let's see how Kennedy plays this. Oh no, it's a throw-in. foul against Kennedy. That looked like a 50-50 foul to me, but and Kennedy trying to keep the pressure on. They kept the ball in their end of the field for, actually this is the longest set they've had. And keeping the pressure on. No let up on it, keeping it right back in again. Pass over to the right inside. That'd be Metuchen's call. And that's the end of the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second half of our game, the Kennedy Mustangs and Metuchen Bulldogs. Metuchen's ahead 2 goals to Kennedy's none. Been an interesting game. A lot of pressure from Metuchen, but Kennedy defense has been strong, keeping them off. And at the end of this first half, there was some pressure there by Kennedy on their offense. Again, Metuchen is in the blue and Kennedy is in the white with the green shorts. And they reversed fields, so Kennedy will be moving from your right to your left, and Metuchen will be going from your left to your right. Where they would prefer the ball to go in that direction. And be Kennedy's throwing. The disadvantage now, the only disadvantage, because there is no wind, the only disadvantage would be with the Kennedy goalkeeper is the sun. The sun is directly in the goalie's eyes. And Metuchen coming down the left wing towards the center. And a little back pedal and off to the side. Nice save. And we'll have a goal kick. About halfway down the field. And Metuchen will try to reset. And here come the Kennedy. Oh, nice header. And Elizabeth Klimek putting some pressure on. Nice push through. And here comes Metuchen down the right wing. Pass over, open net. Ball crossed. And beautiful by Emily Alexander. Cleared the ball, and it'll be Metuchen throwing. Emily came out of nowhere and cleared that away for a shot on goal. And nice short kick over to Elizabeth. Elizabeth sends it back to the right wing to her sister, Catherine, and Metuchen picks it up. And Metuchen coming down the middle again. And a slight back pass. And Mustang's trying to clear it. And Metuchen taking it. Right in the center. Passed over. Back to Metuchen. Metuchen keeping the middle, and Kennedy clearing it. Nice clear by Emily Alexander again. And Metuchen coming down the left side and cleared. Krista there with it. And Emily clears it off to the side. And it'll be Metuchen throwing. Coming down the left wing. And we will have a goal kick. Over to the right wing. And we'll have a Kennedy throw in. Strong throw in by Krista. And Metuchen coming back down the middle. Over to the right wing. And Krista clears it. And Elizabeth putting pressure on the Metuchen offense. And Metuchen opening that field up. Coming down the left wing. And Metuchen working the center of the field, and it'll be a Metuchen throw in. And a Metuchen throw in. Caitlin with the defense on the left side for Kennedy. And Metuchen brings it towards the center. And a nice clear by Katerina. And a nice clear by Caitlin. And here comes Metuchen again down the middle. Off to the left wing. Katerina with the clear. Metuchen bringing it back. Towards the middle. And Jacqueline Kelly with the bringing it down the field half the way. And Metuchen coming down the right wing now. Towards the middle. And this could be a scary one for the goalie, but nice save there by Sadie Sosa. Destiny Reagan trying to get control of it. And we'll have a Kennedy throw in. And I'm not sure. I know last time it was a poor throw in. And this time it's the least effective part of the game, but apparently she lifted her foot. The throwing simply gets the ball back into play. And again, as I had said earlier, it's a slight advantage because you're going to throw to your teammate, but it's, for all intents and purposes, simply just to resume the game. And a little work for the Kennedy goalkeeper. I'm sorry, the Metuchen goalkeeper. Our Kennedy goalkeeper has had her fill today. And here comes Metuchen down the right wing. And it looks like it's going to slowly roll out. That's patience. That was Jacqueline Kelly with all the patience in the world to let the ball roll out. And we have an indirect kick. Metuchen offsides. Nice kick. Kennedy taking possession of it. Emily Alexander with, and Emily again. Passing it back to Katerina. And Kennedy keeping it in. Metuchen picks it up. And a nice clear. Another clear by Katerina. Katerina's playing right defense, and she's pretty much had control of that portion of the field. No call. And Krista with that nice drive down the field. Gianna with the nice clear. And we'll have a Kennedy throw in. And we'll, yep, ball still in play. It's hard to see from that far down the field, but and Metuchen throw in. And Metuchen again with that four-man defense, just not allowing Kennedy in, and it'll be a Metuchen throw-in. A nice challenge between Kennedy and Metuchen. Ball still in. And nicely turned around by Priyanka. No call on that. Destiny.
Everybody run.
And here comes Metuchen. And nice clear by Caitlin. Caitlin again with it. Challenging the right wing, keeping her on, trying to keep her out. Pass across field. And Sadie Sosa clearing it. And no call on that. In the past, that would have been a dangerous play, as the high kick. But and nice save by the goalie. As I had said, the Kennedy goalie is certainly working for her keep. It looks like it'll be Metuchen. Oh no, Kennedy throwing. And now it'll be Metuchen throwing. Kennedy trying to put a little bit of pressure on and the right wing, and it'll have the Metuchen throwing. Yeah, Metuchen will do it again. And Kennedy trying to turn Metuchen away here. And this isn't shot on goal and just over the top. And that was fortunate for Kennedy. And we'll have a goal kick. And here comes Metuchen, a do-over. 2v1. And a free ball and goal Metuchen. That brings the score to 3-0. There's still plenty of time in the game. It's 3 goals is it's a big hill to climb, but there's time in the game. There's 17 minutes left in the game. I stand corrected. Over half of the second half, so there's over 20 minutes left to get those 3 goals back. And we have a Kennedy direct kick, not quite 3/4 of the field, way down the field, and through ball, and the goalkeeper gets it. Nice kick by the Metuchen goalie. And Metuchen turning it. And that was nice work by Caitlin to steal the ball, tip towards the center, and we have a Metuchen throw-in. And Kennedy tries to keep it out of this middle, and we'd have a Metuchen throw-in. And another Metuchen throw-in. have a corner kick for Metuchen. After a couple throw-ins, net result is, and it looks like it's going to be another one of those short kicks. And nice save. As I had mentioned, Jalen has certainly worked this evening. And we'll have a Kennedy throw-in. And Metuchen throw-in. And Metuchen coming down the left wing, shot on goal, and we'll have a goal kick. About halfway through the second half. The clock is not Kennedy's friend. And Kennedy trying to turn Metuchen back away. And Metuchen trying to drive through the center. And shot on goal wide. So we'll have a goal kick. There's a long hike for that ball. That ball ended up in the neighbor's yard. And a nice through ball. And Kennedy passes it down. No one there to receive it. And Kennedy with a pressure here. Eamon Acta trying to bring it down. Nice cross pass by Jacqueline Kelly. And we got 2v1, 3v1 coming in. And ball on the right-hand side, and goalkeeper naturally with another save. I'm sure the saves are in the double digits. The back pass by Metuchen coming up the middle. Turned away by Kennedy. And log one more. And we'll, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a little stop here, so we'll be back in just a few moments. And ladies and gentlemen, no, we're not back yet. Oh yeah, that was a direct kick. I was waiting for the referee to signal, but here comes Kennedy, and it'll be a Kennedy throw-in. And Destiny trying to get through Metuchen. And it'll be a Kennedy throw-in again. Emily Alexander with the throw-in. To Elizabeth. And here comes a dangerous shot on goal and beautiful save. Gianna trying to keep pace with her. And here comes Metuchen again, right down the middle. And a nice pass over. Didn't take the shot. Another pass. And that was a nice clear by Emily Alexander again. And another save. That ball had goal written on it. It was loose. And Metuchen coming down the center again. Kennedy bringing it over to the right wing. And again to the right. And we don't want a corner kick here. Oh, Kennedy keeping it in. Nice. And Metuchen working the right side of the field, now towards the center. Kennedy defense clears it again. And a nice clear by Kennedy. Buy a little breathing room here. And as the sun sets, it looks like it's going to be a little tougher on our goalie. She keeps shielding her eyes. And Metuchen throwing. Now, referee is indicating substitutions. Again, a gorgeous fall day here. Just around 70 degrees, perfect soccer weather. And here comes another shot on goal and just wide. Well, the score is 3-0. Kennedy girls are showing a lot of courage in the defense, and they're just not giving up. They're playing this game. They got 80 minutes of soccer, and they're going to make the best of all of it. Strong defense. And folks, we have a stoppage of play, so we'll be back in just a few moments. Okay, folks, we're back again, and with the game, we have about 14 minutes left in the game. And as I was saying earlier, Kennedy is showing some strong spirit here and some good defense. The goalie's been amazing, double-digit saves. And Kennedy again turned the defense there, turning them away. Coming down the right wing. And Metuchen stopping it early. And Kennedy keeping the pressure on. Not giving up. And Metuchen coming down the right wing this time, which is fairly unique. Metuchen's normally been coming down the middle. And shot on goal, and it's good. By Stolarski with the fourth goal for the Metuchen Bulldogs. And it's the pressure's been constantly on the defense and on the goalkeeper, so that was almost due to come in. And here's Kennedy just opening the field up. The defense has got to be tired. They've got about 12 minutes to make something happen here. Be nice to see to get on the scoreboard. And Metuchen coming down the right wing. It worked for him last time. And we'll have a corner kick. Oh no, goal kick. First call was right, corner kick. I thought it was a corner kick. The indication was towards the goal line, but nice across the mouth of the goal, headed, and it'll be Kennedy goal kick. I'm not sure why the referee was slowing things up there. That certainly didn't help Kennedy. It'll be direct kick for Kennedy. Nice kick down the center of the field. Nice return by Metuchen. It'll be Kennedy throwing. Caitlin with the throw-in. And Metuchen coming down the right wing again. Now down towards the middle. And then towards the right. And Kennedy will let it go out for a goal kick. Caitlin just let it roll across the goal line. And we'll have a substitution for Kennedy. And Kennedy trying to get it out of their area. Make some sort of an attack here.
Come on, Megan, fight for it.
Touching, keeping the pressure on. And here Kennedy making a valiant attempt coming down the right wing. And Metuchen turns it right around. And shot on goal and another save. Watch another save. Jalen has had her work cut out for her today. And it'll be a Kennedy throw-in. We have Nicole coming in for Kennedy. A nice one by Caitlin. And as I had said earlier, as Metuchen makes another charge on goal from the right-hand side, and we'll have a goal kick. Woodbridge Channels, whatever's happening in town, do you want to see what the town council is doing, what the mayor's doing, any sporting events, summer concert series, general information about the town. Just a wealth of information about your community and what's going on in it. And all right there. And here comes Mustangs coming down. And we'll have a Kennedy throw-in. And here comes Metuchen. And a shot back towards the goalkeeper. Easy save for Metuchen. No pressure. And Metuchen throw in. And Kennedy with it, coming down the right wing. A 2v1. And turned away. And looking for some room there is Krista. And here comes the Metuchen down the right wing. And good pressure to try to keep her out. And Metuchen scores another goal. That makes the score Metuchen 5. Kennedy Mustangs 0. It's almost 6 minutes left in the game. And Kennedy could make something happen here.
Make sure you're passing.
And coming down the left side, and it'll be a Metuchen throw-in. And there goes Kennedy, bringing it down the field.
Come on. Make something happen.
And Metuchen forcing it down the left side of the field. Ball still in play. And it'll go across the touchline, and it'll be a Metuchen throw-in. And Metuchen throw-in again. And Metuchen will have a substitution. And while we have the time, you can also go on the township website and look up the individual programs on the Woodbridge channels. There's programs on YouTube. It's a library of different items on Woodbridge channels that covered the town. And here comes Metuchen down the middle. Nicely cleared by Caitlin. And Metuchen still right at the mouth of the goal. The save, and I'm assuming it's a corner kick. It's hard to read the referee's signals. Normally he would point to a corner, not the goal area. And yes, it's a corner kick. It will be a short kick. And we're going to have a stoppage of play as we make a quick substitution here, folks. And here we go. That whistle, normally the referees move their hand like a windmill to indicate to the scorer timer to start the clock. But today we're blowing the whistle. And we'll have a goal kick by Kennedy. About 3 minutes left. And Kennedy coming down the left-hand side. Left wing, Elizabeth Klimek still in possession. Going towards the middle. Looking for some kind of help. And turned away by Metuchen. But picked up again by Emily. And on the right wing, well, Kennedy may have something here. And a charge towards goal, just chipped back out. Emily with the ball, a long shot on goal, and it'll be a goal kick. That was a nice threat there by Kennedy. Put some pressure on Juliana, the goalie for Metuchen. If there was a buzzer, you'd hear it now. It's about the 2-minute warning, folks. And Metuchen with the ball. And Kennedy's keeping the pressure on. Emily Alexander trying to turn it. Here comes Metuchen. And we'll have a throw-in. It looks like it may be a Kennedy throw-in. Got a minute and a half to get it down the field and in that net. And Metuchen keeping it down at the Kennedy end. Shot on goal. And once again, another save for the goalie. And keeping the ball on the left wing. Back toward the center. And Kennedy trying to put the pressure on it. This defense has worked the entire 80 minutes. Nice no call. And about 20 seconds left in the game, so folks, it looks like the Metuchen Bulldogs, and we're going to have a corner kick. Looks like the Metuchen Bulldogs are going to win this one 5-0. Thanks for watching, and just a reminder, Woodbridge channels, if you want to see what's going on in your town, just tune them in. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you at the next Woodbridge Township event.